Alright guys, and welcome to another episode, albeit a little delayed, of the Quarantine Canteen. So today, we have our wonderful Imperfect Foods delivery, which we'll be diving into, and then probably a little dinner, dessert prep type situation, depending on actually what's in here. So, let's just get started and open this up. Apologies for the wire there, having some technical issues earlier today, so going to work on making sure that those you can actually see my screen instead of nothing. There's little wires in the way. Alright, so as I've mentioned before, these streams are not sponsored by any of these companies. I buy all of the product myself out of pocket. However, if you're interested in trying any of them out, I might be able to get you a referral code, again, if you're interested. No pressure. Alright, so I love how electronic things work. Alright, so we're gonna get this open. And this week, in our wonderful unboxing delivery, we have purple Brussels, which I am really interested in seeing if these taste any differently than our typical normal green Brussels sprouts. Yeah, this is just it's a nice healthy vegetable side. I think I'm just going to prep them the same way that I do with other types of Brussels sprouts. We have some green onions, scallions, a lot of different names for these. So what I'm going to do real quick, now that these are out of the box, is I'm going to grab some water and put these in water so that they stay fresh. Now that they're in water. Alright. Another bunch of cilantro, since you can never have enough cilantro. Always a good thing. Why do they ship veggies not in a plastic bag? So this is a very sustainable company. So shipping them in plastic bags just creates more plastic waste, and they usually pack these the day I'm supposed to get it. So there's no point in actually getting the plastic bag. It's sort of a waste of plastic at this point. Alright, we also have another lemon. There's definitely a few more lemons in here. And then little bitty avocados, which are like perfect for that one serving size. Should be 3 of these in here. So we grab those. And these lemons. These are limes, which these are the biggest limes I think I've ever seen. Look at the size of these limes. They're bigger. Look. They're bigger than the lemons. It's crazy. So I've been using a lot of lime juice in recipes and stuff. I thought that I'd get some and have it fresh. I also had some of these thrown in there. So I'm a big person. When I get bored, I snack, and I tried these out a couple weeks ago and really enjoyed them. So 100% recommend. If you're into dark chocolate, checking these out. They also have a mint chocolate, they have milk chocolate, a bunch of other different flavors, so highly recommend these if you're into snacking. Again, hashtag not sponsored. And I also wanted to try these rice noodles. I typically like playing around with Asian dishes and that kind of thing, and these rice noodles will allow me to do so. They're actually refrigerated, and it looks like these go in oh, you can make them in the microwave, or you can add noodles to broth. So these are something that you'd probably want with like a soup base or soup broth based thing. So that would be great for like a lunch. I think this is just 1 serving size. So we'll see what we can do with these. What kind of things we can cook up. All right. Then got another cantaloupe. I gotta cut this up and make sure that it gets put into a storage container rather quickly, because these can go bad if they're left out. So we might get to that today. And then the final part are these uncured bacon ends and pieces. So this is what I thought would go fantastic with those Brussels sprouts that I just unpacked. So bacon and Brussels is such a good thing. I don't think I'd use the entire thing for the Brussels sprouts, so obviously there's way more applications for bacon. Don't be afraid of it. It goes great on a lot of things, and as long as you have it in moderation and sparingly, just like everything else, don't see an issue with bacon. So we're gonna get this out of the way. Clear some counter space. And hello, Pink Floyd. How are you doing this evening? Yeah, those are very good sized limes. Get the machete out and make a cantaloupe your bitch. All right. Well, let's throw some of these in the fridge first so that they don't spoil, and then we'll get to that cantaloupe cutting. Yes, Tiberius is here. He's always here, lurking in the background. Alright, so let's take care of this cantaloupe so that I don't forget about it. And I need, obviously, chopping board. And we'll get out the cleaver for this one, just because Pink Floyd asked. We'll grab the cleaver for this. So the other thing I'm also going to grab is a trash bowl. Tiberius always wants to help cook. He is the best sous chef and taste tester and anything else you need in the kitchen. He is there for it, 100%. Number 1, well, okay, number 2 fan after Dyflex, pretty much. So we're gonna get that started. Hey, Robbie, what's up? And I also did see that you redeemed the Tiberius treat time. So, all right, maybe before we get to the cantaloupe cutting, and grab him actual treats. So we use these little mini reward treats. And here's the true star of the show. Hey Drax, what's up? Are you ready? Here you go, bud. Oh, good boy. Who's a good puppy? Yes, I know you guys all come for him. Who cares about the food? And then he just disappears off into the abyss. So let's go back to focusing on this cantaloupe here. Now I'm just gonna cut the sides down real quick, and then I'm gonna cut this straight down the middle. So here's our cantaloupe. I'm gonna scrape out the seeds into our trash bowl. Well, this isn't the most appetizing sound in the world. So here's the inside of our cantaloupe, seed free. Don't want to have that escaping. Hey Legend, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Yes, squishy sounds, I know. Though, think about it this way, like the origin of sound effects before they had computers to produce synthetic ones has to be really cool. Like, think about how they made sound effects before computers and weren't, I believe I studied it somewhere that like the Star Wars sound effects were actually like they were smacking on like metal wires and stuff like that to make the sound effects. So kind of cool where some of the most famous sounds in movie history come from. All right, so we're gonna do this pretty simply. And seeing as there's a lot of green on this, I don't have much of an issue. Leave that up, it's a lot. We're going to sort of kind of try and cut off the skin of this and divide it into, you know, nice sized pieces. So I typically don't usually eat a ton of cantaloupe. It's mostly supers kind of fruit, but I'll sometimes snack on it. All right. It's not very often that I break out the big knife. There you go. These nice sized pieces, and they'll go into our glass container. I talk about glass containers a lot. They are preferable for me to plastic because plastic, it can crack, it can break easily, it leaches chemicals into your food. With glass, your stuff lasts a little longer. Yes, it's fragile, and yes, it sometimes works a little differently when you're trying to reheat, but I found that the fact that it lasts much, much longer, plus the durability and the fact that it won't leach chemicals into the food that I'm eating is worth it over the initial startup cost and some of the reheating downsides. Yeah, I'm gonna add avocado and some lime juice. Yes, to the cantaloupe. It is too early in the week for me to drink. I typically restrain that for the weekends when I do drink. And we've all seen what happens when I have one glass of wine. If you've ever visited Trex's chat, I have my own command. So Joanna and wine aren't exactly the best of friends. Alright, we'll see if we can get the rest of this cantaloupe into this container. If not, I have plenty of them. I actually got this set at Costco. Where else? They have everything you need, ever. And it was very reasonably priced. So if you're looking to get into meal prepping or that kind of thing, I would stop by your local Costco and see what they have. And that's not all going to fit in there. So I have another one. I have various shapes, sizes, and colors of these. We'll just put that in there. And then just take care of this last little sliver because it's the only part that had a lot of cantaloupe on it. And there we go. We did some brief cantaloupe. Well, that cantaloupe just made it onto the floor, so we'll see if Tiberius likes cantaloupe. So we just did some basics. It's more like snack prep of this cantaloupe that we just got from our Imperfect Foods delivery. We go run this to the fridge. Time to put some Old Bay on it. Yeah. We do have lots of Old Bay in this household. Right, and then I'm gonna wipe this down, and then we're gonna move this cleaver to the sink because we're done with it for the evening. And we'll throw this out. All more, yeah. Yes, Trex, I'm super excited for your new emotes. Friday was a absolutely legendary stream. Saturday, Sandy's stream was completely insane. I don't really know how anybody's liver is functioning properly after that, if they were in both of those streams. So we'll just here's our limes. Yeah, these avocados aren't exactly always the best looking ones, but you know, they're like the perfect for the one size snack or avocado toast type setup. Now, one thing I have to figure out what we're doing for dinner is what we're actually gonna make. So I thought I'd get some inspiration from unboxing my Imperfect box, but I don't know exactly what I want to make even after unboxing it. So I'm trying to get creative here and think of what we can make. Put these in the fridge too. So what I know and what we do have is this boneless, skinless chicken thighs that we got. Yes, it's a Costco brand. We buy these in bulk and then freeze them and thaw them. So these are good, ready to go, ready to get in the frying pan. And I don't want to jump into those Brussels just yet. But I do have some of this, and this is really easy to put together. I've made it before on stream. It's fantastic. I think this is what we're gonna go with. We're just gonna do a quick chill chicken thigh fry up and some couscous and veggies, and we'll see where that goes. So we'll probably go along with something, you know, more Mediterranean, Middle Eastern as we're going with the couscous. So let me get a pan out and get that started. Get the lowdown on the stove real quick. Stove cam. I love this arm. It makes switching between the stove and the cutting board much easier. Right, so we're heating up that pan. I got it medium high. Again, I talk all the time about how much I love chicken thighs because they're so much easier to work with in terms of cooking temperature. They're very hard to dry out. We need 4 cooking streams all shared to the same channel, these boxes. Yes, we need a Chop Challenger stream. I would definitely love to get one of those going. I did hear that Robert is gonna try and get into cooking streams, so I'd love to do like a kind of like a co-stream type application. That would be really fun as well. All right, and I am also going to get the water going for this couscous. So this is one of those things where legitimately just follow the box instructions on the side. Exact measurements. Couscous is a pasta that... Okay. So, here's the fun with gas stoves. All right. Couscous is one of those things that's super easy to make, and I buy it with a seasoning package just because, again, super easy to make. And we'll just get, it's a quarter and a cup of water for this particular size. I don't actually know the full, the actual ingredient ratio if you're making it from scratch, though I have done it before. And the best thing about this is it's kind of like a set it and forget it type starch, where you don't really need to do a ton, but you get the flavor and all of that with it. All right. So we have that starting, and our pan is heated up. I'm gonna get a little extra virgin olive oil in there, healthiest oil you can find, and then I'm going to get these chicken thighs going. Again, not a ton of difficult spices that I'm gonna put on these. So according to Knifelex, Robert's gonna get her mom and Chantel involved. So I really enjoy that. I definitely would stop by. Oh, Robbie, got a recipe for pork vindaloo in the cookbook that my friend's mom said, but I'm scared to make it. Because the last vindaloo curry that you tried, it destroyed your stomach, heart, and soul. You know what? I love foods like that. One of the things that I've been doing during quarantine on the weekends, so yes, I cook most days of the week, but we try and order in on weeknights to support some of the local restaurants. And I've also been trying some new things as well. So we tried, there's an Indian place called Kebab Hut, and I've been trying things from there, and it's been absolutely delicious. Steve really likes their, they have a lamb naan wrap that's fantastic. And I have been getting, I don't know how to pronounce it right, but I think it's called Cordy, and it's like a coconut milk spicy sauce that is really great. Served with chana, like chickpeas, and basmati rice. It's amazing. So let me show you just how easy this couscous thing is. So we have our water boiling over here. So all you need to do, is just bring it to a boil. We're gonna pour this in and just make sure it sinks down in that boiling water. We're going to shut the heat off, and we're going to put a lid on it. And then we're just going to let it go for 5 minutes. And that's how easy it is to make this kind of thing, especially if you're using those box ingredients. And you can always spice it up with your own ingredients, or take it to the next level and amp it out. Tonight I'm not going to, but I have done it before and highly suggest it. All right, now back to our chicken. So, just going to throw, obviously, it's me, gotta have garlic. Gotta have garlic. Always. And then, I have this really cool spice that I love using. It tastes great with lamb. And I'm gonna throw some of this in here too. Do not be afraid to season your food with more than just salt and pepper. You'll be excited to learn what you actually really like and your taste bud flavors. Oh yeah, sorry about that, Robbie. And thanks to the permit there. Steve, nice one. All right, so we got our chicken going. You notice that I didn't actually throw any salt in here. There's a big reason I don't typically salt my food. My mom had hypertension and she never really salted her food, so I grew up with the majority of my food not really being super salty. So these aren't entirely ready yet. So we gotta do one more thing to make this dish complete. And to me, that's kind of like a vegetable side. Gotta have your veggies. Gotta get a little healthy, just a little bit. So I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do real quick after I move this over here. So again, this is quick, this is easy, it's mindless Monday meal unboxing, meal prep, whatever you want to call it. We are going to make a simple salad. These kits are so easy, and if you ever are in charge of bringing the salad to any kind of event, grab these. They have all the ingredients, they're already balanced with things that people typically like in their salads. This one is a sweet kale salad. I love the poppy seed dressing that goes in it, so that's why we're going to do it. And this has a few vegetables in it that are really high in nutrients. So you got your kale, your Brussels sprouts, some cabbage and some broccoli, which are all good for you. And then some dried cranberries and pumpkin seeds. So, healthy with that. I've never actually tried pink salt. It's on my list of things that I should get, but haven't gotten yet. So again, we're all about the simple things here. First thing we're going to do with this bag is cut it open. And you can buy these at your local grocery stores, anything like, similar to that. And we are going to just pour this salad all into a bowl. I'm going to try and shake off the excess here. And the second thing we're going to do is we're going to turn our attention real quick to this chicken. We're going to flip this chicken, which is now, look at this color that we have on our chicken. Now I'm just going to throw some more of the seasoning on here. The one thing I am looking for, now that we're sort of home most of the time, great spice stuff recommendations. Like I can get them from Amazon, but if there's actually like a company or something that sells spice mixes that I can get online that are, pretty reputable, feel free to DM me because I am looking for a good company to do that mail-in, especially because a lot of my spices come from specialty markets or like the local Asian mart, which is quite a distance from my house, and I don't always go there unless I really, really have the time to. Alright, so our couscous is almost done. We're waiting on this to cook up a little bit, and we're going to focus back on our salad, whipping the camera around. And I like to book all the spices. Speaking of spices, I only eat salad when I go get sushi. I mean, to each his own when it comes to salads. I am one of those people that couldn't eat a salad every day. It's just not me. But when I do, I like these kind of mixed, cool salad type things. So here's our cranberries and pumpkin seeds. And then here's our poppy seed dressing. Is it McCormick? Yeah, I mean, McCormick is actually a Maryland brand, so yes. I do support McCormick most of the time. But you know, there are some small businesses and small ethnic businesses that make more authentic seasonings that I'm okay with supporting. And legitimately just pour that in there. Throw this in the trash. We can grab a fork and just mix this up. I'm running out of forks. Alright, so as you're running out of forks, grab wooden spoon with little prong things in it. And again, this is just my preference on how to sneak something healthy into your meal. Obviously, you can be more sneaky with certain vegetables and work them in other ways, but the majority of it is kind of just learning to love your vegetables or love preparing them in a way that's good. I actually did not like Brussels sprouts until I had them with like bacon and baked. Before that, they were disgusting to me. So it's sometimes about the way that you prepare ingredients and eat them as to what can change your mind. Open up your palate a little bit. Alright, let's swing you guys back over here. We're going to take a look at that couscous real quick. So this is legitimately done in 5 minutes. It's one of the best quick starches you can ever make. And I feel like it's highly, highly, highly underrated. So you just floof it with your fork. And you can see this kind of puts some space into the grains. But yeah, this is how easy it is to make couscous from a box. It's not entirely, again, not entirely authentic, but it's quick and it's easy and it gets you a pretty decent tasting starch, if you don't mind me saying so. Alright, so alright. So looking at our chicken, it isn't entirely done yet. We still have a few minutes left to actually cook this. I don't have any stock on hand, which is usually what I would use to sort of help bring this along. So we do have a fair amount of good bits here on the bottom. Gotta get the inside of it. This is a really thick piece here. Gotta get the inside of that. You definitely don't want to eat raw chicken. It's not something I recommend. Make sure your chicken's cooked. But we don't have chicken stock here. Chicken stock would work. A lot of other liquids would also work really well here. So, in all doubt, just gonna throw a teensy amount of water to deglaze this. I also don't have any white wine either. Yeah, that'll get some of the spices off the bottom of the pan. And I know, Knifelex, you're cringing at me using metal tongs on that. Promise I'm not ruining the nonstick that much. So while we're waiting for this chicken to cook, let me just throw some. Let me just throw some spices into the chat. And someone also came by to help be sous chef. Hi, bud. Tiberius sighting. Sit. Tiberius. Come on. This is why the petting one is so much channel points, because He does not like to listen, especially when he knows you guys are watching on camera. Sit. See, he's like, man, I don't want to listen. I see those treats over there. If the wine gets some margaritas going. I do have to do some kind of drink mixing stream at some point. So what is the perfect drink, Robbie? Cold, yes. Free, no. I mean, I guess you're right. The best type of drink is free and the second best is cold. Or is that what they say about beer? Alright. So the other thing I'm curious about, as we're sort of finalizing the food on the stream, is, oh, yeah, of course you're, come here, bud, come here. 8-ounce canned mixed drink with 2 shots of liquor in it. That's deadly. Alright, come here, baby. You're gonna be fat by the time, if I start doing these all the time. Sit. Ready? I actually really don't have too much alcohol in my house right now. Alright. Trying to get the camera to refocus. Paul. Speak. Alright. Use the best push-up. Alright, so we're checking back in on our chicken. Yeah, got that awesome arm cam, web mount, webcam mount. So, this is almost done. I typically don't plate on stream, but I'm going to, just to show you guys the painstaking effort that it takes to make my plates look perfect. So I'm going to turn this down, and we're going to look at putting together a plate. So I'm not going to put this salad on the plate because, well, don't really need to. Alright, so we're going to take our couscous, which we had working and is now done. Let me get you a plate cam over here. Come on. Yeah. There you go. Plate. Alright, so I'm a really simple plate type person. Take some of our couscous and put this down on the plate as a base. It's probably a little more than I need, but still, same thing. Hey Smack, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. And we're just gonna grab our chicken. Again, you can see this nice brown crust on the chicken. And we're just gonna cut up a little bit real quick. Tiny garnish. So for this particular thing, I also wanted to add something a little special, and because a lot of people like watching it done. I might get judged for this, but this needs a touch of sweetness and acidity. So I love putting this on here. Bye, thanks for stopping by. So this is a balsamic glaze. You can buy these at a few locations. This one is actually, I think, from Costco, so got a large industrial size. And just drizzle this over the chicken. You can get kind of artistic with it. And then just for a pop of color and garnish, we're going to do some fresh parsley, which was just picked from the yard outside. So here we go. If I can get this to focus. Here's our completed dish. And this is a sort of Moroccan spiced chicken with couscous and a balsamic glaze, served with a side salad. So that is all I have for you guys today. The dog is outside playing, and I'm a little hungry. So thank you guys again for stopping by. I appreciate all of you. Always looking for recipe suggestions and suggestions on what we can explore here on the stream. So if you have any of those, please DM me. Feel free to check out the Discord and ! Discord, which we're sharing recipes, food posts, all of that fun stuff. And I will see you guys later. Let's see who we can go raid.